Hey guys, before we get started, in this video I go to test my brakes to make sure they fit because I wasn't sure if I had the right axle, right brakes, right everything. They are a bit better, more aggressive brakes, but they're the same size, but that's a spoiler. The downside is, to me pulling apart the truck, is I found out that my backing plate, the actual plate that holds on the drum brakes, is rotten, totally gone. You'll see that in the video. And well, at the end of the day, it means I gotta pull off my differential cover, drop the fluid, and take out the C-clips to remove the axles so that I can clean out the debris that was the backing plate and then put a new backing plate in there. So that may or may not happen this weekend, but hey, here's to hoping. Anyways, enjoy the video. Hey guys, welcome back or to the channel. This is 803 Garage, and it's heavy. We're gonna see if these, got too much stuff in here, will fit on this truck. We already got the big brakes, the red things right there with the cross-filled rotors. Not that we need that kind of stuff. Might have to put some air in that tire, but I want to get to working on this and see how this links up. This is a test. I don't think it's gonna work, but I figured I'd take the risk and see what happens. So I'm gonna put it in time lapse, pull all this apart. You've seen these videos. I'm gonna put it all back together and we'll see what happens today. Also, we're gonna look at the drum brakes because this truck's been sitting for a good 4 or 6 years. Always remember, guys, when you're lifting up any vehicle, make sure you have your wheel chocks, your axle stands, and have them ready to go into place. So here, we had everything ready to go. We unbolt the 8 lug nuts and take a look at the brakes. Look at that nasty. Okay, so we'll pop all this off and we'll see how it comes together. One thing I want to do is I want to paint that little hub here red. I can do that. So cutting out some stainless steel diamond plate for the axle stand, the bottle jack there. I did cut it out for the axle stand too, but that's another video. And they held up pretty good. The wood would sink into the ground. Right now I'm just breaking the backer bolts for the caliper hanger. And if you look on the ground there's like a little bit of a crescent moon. That's my backing plate for my drum brakes of the disc brake, whatever. Anyways, it is completely obliterated. And that's when I realized there's a lot more work here that needs to be done than I thought. Okay, so apparently I left the e-brake on. Did not know that. Usually I leave it off. So, oh, that was it. Truck didn't even move. Okay, oh, that's a good sign, I think. Well, looking at the e-brake cable, it's all loose now. So that's a good sign. That's a lot more loose. Okay. Alrighty, we'll put that back on the camera. All we have left to do now is lightly tap with the mini sledgehammer on the back of the rotor so as not to damage it and to remove it off. That way we can place on our new rotor to check for sizing. And the other thing we're going to do is drop in the hanger for the caliper to make sure everything will fit. So if you guys look here, I'm just going to take off the wide angle lens. Remove this. We have an issue. That's the dust cover. But I don't run dust covers on the front of this vehicle. So what is the problem, you say? Well, let's undo the nuts here, or the bolts, sorry. One. And yes, they work. We take off the rotor. We'll take that off nice and easy. We'll take that off nice and easy. There we go. There's my drum brakes. As you can see, they are rusted. And this is what's supposed to go on the inside of the disc brake to create drum brakes. Now, as you can see, these have had some issues. Probably because they got seized on or rust welded on. So these definitely need to be replaced. Yeah, I just broke off pieces of pad. They definitely need to be replaced. Those pads sit on the inside of this drum. And obviously you have shoes that fit on the inside that press outwards mechanically to keep the vehicle in check, especially a standard vehicle, because we don't really have a parking brake. So the e-brake is our parking brake. Then you have your pads that clamp onto the brake itself. Now, that being said, I'm also curious, like I needed to replace these anyways. 2 inches. 2 inches. So these are identical rotors. So there won't be any difference in the braking ability. Besides, this will clear out dust, this will help with the cooling, stuff like that, getting rid of debris. So I did need to add these anyways. So could I have saved some money? Definitely. Do I need to get another backing? I'm gonna call that a backing pad. I definitely needed to get a new backing pad, plus new these guys, and then probably new hardware. Yeah. So that's where we're at. Yeah, it's not supposed to look like that, ever. Cool. Well, let's put it all back together. Since the truck is not moving, we can just loosely put it all back together. That way when we get to removing the axles, it'll just come right apart. Okay, so I ordered the dust shields, which are right here. This is what's left of them. And that was $150. Yeah, 150 bucks. Online they're 100. The shoe is 65. Online they were 70. And then the hardware kit was 12. Online it was 32. So I decided to bite the bullet, get it by 10 o'clock. I can pull all this apart, stop it all back together, and that way this is done. Then I can do the actual brake lines. And then I'm gonna grab some .3. I think that's .3 for this truck. I'll look it up tomorrow and buy some of that, because I'm gonna bleed the brake line. I'm doing a whole video on that, because you start from the far corner, which will be on the other side of this, and then obviously this side, then the passenger side, and then the driver's side tire, to bleed it all through to make sure it's 100%, no air and whatnot. Anyways, we're gonna slap this back together now. So we're just gonna throw the wheel on, make sure those lug nuts are nice and tight, but we have a lot of work ahead of us. So I'm gonna figure out when I'm gonna be able to do the axle removal for the backing plate, but we'll see that in the future. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna clean up here. I'll have to make a video about that. The parts are ordered, so we'll have them all tomorrow, so we can get the brakes onto this thing, get the brake lines, because those are inside the truck. Those are all stainless steel. I do eventually want to get the braided brake lines that are stainless steel, obviously, for when I lift up the truck and whatnot. But those I can wait on. I believe they were like $400 some odd. I'm like, I've already spent enough. It's gonna take me a while to recover from what this has done, but this will allow me to move. And being able to move the truck is very important, because right now she can't be moved because she can't be stopped. And stopping's good, so I figure that's where I'll start with fixing this truck up. Give it the best ability to stop, so no chaos happens. Obviously it's tire chocked front and back, and then I'm going to put tire chock underneath this one. The axle stand plus the bottle jack is underneath this as well. So it would take a lot for this to actually move when it's not under its own power. Yeah, makes me sad that I let this thing go so far. It gets so bad as it is, but that's it. So I knew it was going to be like this, and I'm not upset about it. Just like, oh, okay, so much work to do. But that's part of it. So anyways, please like, share, subscribe. This is just a bunch of chaos, me kind of being the doctor, trying to figure out what's wrong with this, what's in this, and I was kind of blown away by that dust shield / hardware holding kit for the e-brake, emergency brake, parking brake, whatever you want to call it, which is very important with a standard vehicle. This thing weighs like 6,000 pounds. I'm just guessing on that. And you need brakes for the parking. One time, not a band camp, but one time I set the parking brake, and you do have to adjust it every so often. I actually got up in the morning, took it out of gear, set the parking brake, and it was in gear. I took it out of gear. Parking brake was already set. Started it up, and as I'm walking away, my truck starts getting quieter. It actually rolled down the road. Nobody got hurt. Nothing happened. It was too early in the morning, and I'm just like, whew. So I adjusted the brakes after that, but you do have to adjust them. Sometimes the adjuster doesn't work so well. Anyways, all that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Tomorrow we'll probably be bolting these things up and probably by Sunday we'll be running the brake lines and bleeding them. Maybe I'll do it Saturday, I don't know. Depends on the time I got. I'm also doing my aunt's oil change tomorrow, and it's on our Prius. Don't worry, I'm gonna wear gloves. So, catch y'all later. Peace!